brings me to point three, which is you can, contrary to popular belief, and there's a lot of misconceptions about ESOPs. One of the most widely held misconception out there is that because you're perceived as the business owner, perceived as doing this charitable, benevolent act for the benefit of your employees, you must necessarily be leaving cash on the table. That there's no way that you could get a a fair market value or a competitive sale price for your business. Total and complete nonsense. A myth likely perpetuated by traditional investment bankers or business brokers who make money from selling businesses. So the reality is an ESOP will value your business 10 to 15% higher than what private equity will put on your business. Now there's exceptions to every rule, but overwhelmingly so this is true. 10 to 15% higher than private equity and within 5 to 10% of a true strategic buyer if you could find one. Because a strategic buyer is supposed to, by definition, pay a premium for your business because they can, they achieve the benefits, synergistic benefits from the combination post-close. It should allow them, in other words, they can fire people
Right.
and close redundant, physical operations, things like that. And so that allows them to pay a higher price. But that being said, a lot of times there isn't a willing, an able, true strategic buyer for your business. If there is, they should pay 5 to 10% more than an ESOP, and an ESOP will pay 10 to 15% higher than private equity. And that's really just by definition.
I would,
Um,
I
yeah.
think that that's a good point to emphasize too. Not only do ESOPs pay higher than your financial buyer, but for us to go out and find a financial buyer or go find a strategic buyer, you're going to have a large amount of cost just in the marketing